I am the only person who has been consistent trying to help all cassava farmers in Nigeria to make money from the cassava they have. And this is what I'm going to do today. Now, this video is not to discourage you. I've made extensive videos on cassava trading business. I've encouraged people who don't even own a cassava farm to say, look, you don't have to start a farm before you make money from cassava business. Nigeria is the largest producer of cassava, and you should be making money from this resource or from this commodity. Now, recently, we have the presence of Chinese companies in Nigeria who are buying this cassava, processing to ethanol, cassava flour, and many other byproducts. They export this semi-processed product back to their country, process to some finished goods, send it back to our country, and we consume, which might look abnormal to many people, but for me, I'm okay with that, because before then we could produce cassava and then look for buyers, but as they came, we hardly look for buyers for cassava. Now, in case of other communities, some other state or other environment where you are yet to have the presence of these companies, you might be wondering, where can I locate them? I've made a video. I've listed 21 companies in Nigeria that are buying cassava, which your job is to reach out to any of them. And I've also made a video on how you can reach out to these companies. You speak with them, and if you are comfortable with their pricing, you supply to them. In one of my recent videos, I explained that we have another company that is buying cassava in Ondo State. People reach out to me to show them where the company is. Industrial Hub. Once you Google Industrial Hub, you are going to see all the companies that are there. And when you visit them, they will give you better review. Now, this is not to say they are the only company buying cassava. In Benue State, we have Pure Biotech. They also buy cassava. We have another company in Kogi State. We have another company in Delta or Bayelsa. Many of them, some of them, I don't know their names. We have other small scale that are owned not by the Chinese people but Nigerians, who are maybe processing to Gari, which is the basic. So you can check all those companies. But today I want us to look at what will stop you from making money from this business. And this one tool, if you don't have it, I will encourage you not to invest your money into cassava trading business. Now, I've explained how profitable the business is. I'm not going back to all of that, but my only concern now is that if you don't have this particular tool, don't invest your money, don't waste your money. And before I give you details, let me give you this background story, because it's going to help you to understand why I'm making this video. So one of my mentees, I run a mentorship program where I guide people who want to go into trading of agro commodities, who want to start any agricultural company. So I have one of these my mentee. He reached out to me and he said he want to start trading agro commodities. And since I've made extensive videos on cassava trading, he want to start with cassava. So I gave him contact of one of the company. He went there, signed up as a vendor, and it was time to supply cassava to them. So when he reached out to me, he was in haste. I said, bro, you don't have to rush this business. Cassava is going to be here for a long time. These companies are going to be buying cassava for a long time. You are going to be here for a long time. So take it easy, step by step. First, register your business, sign up as a vendor. Then but he was rushing. I said, okay, many times it's good you learn in the field. So I felt that, okay, even though I'm your mentor, there are some instructions that I can only give, and you have the liberty to follow them or not. So I gave him the go ahead. He started his supply business. In fact, he went to the company. So when he went there, he saw what the company was doing, and the procurement manager I connected him to, told him the truth. He said, bro, where you're buying cassava, or where you say you're going to be bringing cassava from, if you bring it to this company, you will not make profit. So I will advise you to buy from the neighboring communities. So he went out to this neighboring community, and to be shocked, he discovered that those communities have union. People from the east, I'm not saying they are bad, but this is one of the reasons where, or let me say one of the factors where many people from the east find it very, very difficult to enter into new trade. Now, when you want to go into palm oil trading business, they have an association that you must join. And many times, joining those clubs, they make it very difficult for a beginner to join. So he met that kind of bad, or let me say demonic association down there, and they told him that before he could supply cassava or buy cassava from farmers, he must join them. Then he didn't even tell me. I said, okay, why not join them? He said they are not taking newcomers. So therefore means even if you have your money, you are not free to buy cassava from those farmers in that community. You can imagine that kind of sense that many of our people have, especially down. In northern Nigeria we have that, but they don't make it difficult. The only thing is they do that to help themselves. Maybe provide logistics, provide loan, their benefit. But most of these places, some of those things have zero benefit. I will not mention the state, so you don't feel attack. Maybe you say it's your state, I'm insulting your state, but the state where he went, they told him he cannot buy cassava, he cannot supply to the company if he does not join those they are meeting. And he went to another community. The cassava that he bought at 70,000 per ton, took to the company, and he sold the cassava and made only 8,000 naira per truck. So he invested hundreds of thousands of naira, bought cassava, spent a lot of time in their village, passing through stress, and brought the cassava to the company and made just 8,000 naira. So when he told me, I was like, okay, if you remember, I was telling you to calm down, because this business is going to be here for a long time. So why rush? Why in a haste? Why do you want to make money now? Why not settle down, calm down, and let me guide you and show you what you should do in my own way at the right time? So he went there and he learned that, look, this business is not as easy as it was. So now, what was the major challenge he had? Logistic. And which is the point of this video today. If you want to invest into trading of agro commodities, if you want to make a lot of money trading cassava, buying cassava from farmers, supplying to the Chinese companies, you must have your own truck. This one is a must. So this video is to discourage small players. So if you don't have money, maybe you have just 1 million naira startup capital, my advice to you will be that don't invest money in trading cassava. You will not make anything out of it. So this video is mainly for people who have a lot of money. Not saying you have excess money, but you need a truck. No matter how small, it could be a J5 truck, 911, 12 tire, 16 tire, but just get a truck. I was mentoring people yesterday in my mentorship group. I told them the same thing, that this is one of the biggest challenge we have in food distribution business in Africa. And anyone who is going to tackle this challenge is going to make a lot of money. So if you don't have access, if you don't have the financial capacity to tackle this challenge we are suffering or going through in agriculture, then don't invest money in distribution business. It makes no sense for you to buy cassava and then you make only 8,000 naira, but the driver that transported the cassava for you made 800,000. So if that truck is your truck, with just 500,000 you can fuel that truck, pay the driver, and you deliver that cassava and make your profit. I was in Kanu recently and I went to visit one of the guys that I was trying to do a project with, and he told me he's a lawyer, so he buy cassava in Bauchi. Is from Bauchi state. I was surprised to learn that they have a lot of cassava in Bauchi. I've never thought of that. So he buy cassava from farmers, that is a dry cassava, store the cassava, resell and make profit. Or early this year, he bought cassava, did the storage, intending to make profit, and he's at a loss. He bought at 21,000, and cassava currently is 18,000 naira or even less. So he was asking me if I could help him supply to the company. I said the problem there is logistic. Why should I leave Benue State, Niger State, and go to Bauchi to buy cassava and pay driver maybe 1 million or 1.2 million? The least you can get is 1 million. to move that cassava to Ondo or Benue State for me. I will not make profit. I don't have my personal truck. So if you have money and you want to make good money from this business, this is one of the best and the raw advice I will give you. If you don't have money or you don't have your personal truck, don't invest money in trading cassava. Don't invest money in trading cassava. You will just work for the drivers, because many times when you bring this cassava to the company, they will have instances where they say, okay, maybe the moisture content is too high, or maybe the cassava got rotten. That is, if you are doing fresh cassava, and they will deduct your money for you. So at the end of the day, it will just be like you work for the driver and you work for the company. It's very, like, psychologically, it's very, very bad for someone to supply cassava and make 8,000 naira, not 800, 8,000 as profit. So what was the problem? Logistic. So if you have money, now when you buy a truck, you're not going to make your money back within 2 weeks or within 3 weeks, but you're going into the business full time. You want to do the business full time. So the company is not shutting down next year. We have a lot of them in Nigeria. So with your logistic, with your own truck, you can supply to any of the company based on the price that is comfortable for you. You spend less. I have a truck before, so though my truck is not functional now, but when my truck was on, I could spend like less than 100,000 to move rice or yam from Benue State to Lagos. But if I want a truck to move it for me, they will charge 500, 600,000. My own vehicle will move it for less than 200,000. So what I'm trying to say here today is that trading of agro commodities, especially if you want to focus on supplying cassava to Chinese company, first invest money in getting your own truck. It is profitable. You're going to make that capital back. The money you invest on your truck, you're going to get it back. But if you don't get a truck and you just move into buying of cassava, getting a truck, a random truck to move it for you, you will not make anything. You'll be discouraged. Maybe at the end of the day, you even feel bad and say, and the way you spoke on your video make it look as if I just go into the business, I'll make money. Today I'm telling you that it's profitable. One thing that will stop you from making money is logistic. So this is the time for you to get your own truck. Maybe you can get partners that will work with you. You provide a truck for the business. It's a business that you're going to do full time. The company is there willing to buy any volume. One of the manager of one of the companies that supply cassava to, I was speaking with him. He honestly told me that, bro, where your cassava is coming, you will not make profit. Bulk of the people that are bringing cassava from that region, they own their truck. So if you don't have your own truck, it will not make profit. He was very honest with me, and I love that, which is what I'm here to advise you today. So this video is going to be very short. If you like this video, subscribe to my channel, share this video, and start working on this thing I'm telling you. Get your own truck. When you have your own truck, supplying of cassava to Chinese company, you make a lot of money. This is not a one-time business. When it's dry season, you supply dry cassava. When it's rainy season, you supply fresh cassava. So you're making money all year round. Your truck will not rest. So it's not like when you get a truck, then the truck will be idle. No way. So thank you so much for watching this video. This is one of the updates I want to share with you. Stay connected, subscribe to my channel. I remain Dennison, your billionaire farmer.